Hello and welcome back to She Is the Moment. How are you? I am fabulous. Thank you so much for asking. So in today's episode, I am going to be diving into how you can have less clients but still earn more money. And I'm going to give you not one, not two, but three of my own client examples with completely different roadmaps to how they got there. So you're definitely going to want to tune in for that. But first of all, let's have a little chat. How are you getting on? I am fabulous. I went to a business networking event yesterday in Glasgow, and it was exactly what I needed. Now, if you are an online coach, you'll know that sometimes it gets a little bit lonely. And I thrive on human interaction. I am a through and through extrovert, cut me open, and Barbara Streisand and fanfare comes out. Like, I am just all about the energy that I get from people. But do you know what? Like, sometimes in the space of a day, the only people that I actually talk to are my partner, my toddler, maybe the girls at nursery, and perhaps the barista at Costa or Starbucks. I just need a little bit more. Mummy needs a little bit more sometimes. So anyway, yesterday I went to a business networking event in the centre of Glasgow. It was for women in business and it was so cool. Now, I just love getting out of the bubble of the fitness industry, and there was no one else there from my industry. And I had so many interesting and eye-opening conversations. We did a lot of networking. We were like mixed up, put into groups, and we had to discuss like what our big goals were for the next quarter, what we'd like to learn, and what we needed help with. And that was absolutely invaluable. So what I was there for was really just to get outside of my comfort zone, was to learn a little bit more about different industries, because right now I am working in the health and fitness industry. Most of my clients are in the health and fitness industry, but I would love to help people further out than that. I want to help people in lots of different industries. So that was super helpful. And I just want to tell you about some of the conversations that I had. I had a conversation with a lady who runs a podcast all about Scottish gardening. And it is the top gardening podcast in the United Arab Emirates. That's pretty bloody cool. She also was running a course on how to launch podcasts, which I was like chat away to her because I also have just launched a podcast. I had a chat with another lady who has a business selling sexual harassment training to companies, businesses, workforces. And the chat that I had with her was all about AI. Now, I have not really thought much about AI, but since our conversation, I have been going away, watching all these YouTube videos, reading all these articles about AI and its use in marketing. And I would love to hear what your thoughts are. Have you actually considered the impact that AI will have on your business? Are you worried that maybe people will not be even needing a coach because they'll be able to be coached by some machine that has learned how to coach? Or do you think that it's like a really good thing and that it's going to just, make several automations easier? Is it going to make learning about things quicker? Is it going to make, I don't know, what is AI going to do? And I'm just so intrigued. I think that a lot of people are scared of it. But do you know what? We're quite often scared by things that we don't understand. And my advice to you is if you are kind of like, what is going on, go on YouTube. YouTube is where it's at. There is so many videos explaining in layman's terms what AI is going to mean for the future. Because do you know what? We don't actually know. It might, and it probably will be an incredible thing. Ain't that the truth? And what was the last conversation I had? I had a conversation with a lady who self-publishes books. Another thing that I'm like, yes, love that. That's so cool. And she'd written 2 books. First book was about the fact that she was climbing a Munro. If you don't know what a Munro is, it's a mountain in Scotland. She's climbing a Munro and she was with her dog and she had a heart attack just by herself with her dog. And her really clever dog went and rounded up not one, but several people to come and help her, and just so happened to be able to find a GP. I know that sounds like quite a tall tale, but I'm just gonna unbelieve her. Like, it was a colleague. Colleagues are really smart. Maybe they're able to like tell if someone's a medical professional. And then a second book that she'd written was the whole story, but from the dog's point of view. I was like, you are wonderfully nuts in the kind of way that I just love. You know, when you meet those people that are just kind of a bit eccentric, but also wonderful, the world needs more people like that. So that was such a great day. I came away just feeling so energized and full of ideas and inspiration and ready for quarter four. Isn't that a boring thing to say? I'm ready for quarter four. But, well, if you're not ready for quarter four, it's the 2nd of October. And by the time you listen to this, we will be well into October. Time to get ready. Okay, let's move on to our Freedom Win of the Week. And this one goes to Liberation Lounge member Rosie. So today we had our monthly check-in call. Every month we have a call with all the members of the Liberation Lounge, and we have a check-in. And what we do in that check-in call is assess what's gone well in the previous month, what we need to work on, and what we're going to work on in the month coming. So what is going to be our focus? And I hold everyone accountable to these promises. So Rosie's win is that she is so close to quitting the day job. And I just am so excited for her. I'm putting it out there into the universe, right? I'm putting it out there. Sometimes you need someone else to put a little bit of pressure on you. And I'm doing that for you right now, Rosie. I'm putting it out into the universe. You will be able to hand in your notice at your day job by the end of this year. She is an OG member of the Liberation Lounge. She's really involved. She does the coursework. She turns up to the calls. And this is exactly what the Liberation Lounge is designed for. It's for those people that have a day job or maybe are stuck inside this like client-facing, time for money mindset, and they want the freedom of an online business. And she said today, she's really close. She's really close. She just needs a few more clients and then she is there. Let's all, put our hands together and pray to the fitness gods that it is going to happen for her by the end of this year. Good luck, girl. Okay, let's get in to the meatiness of today's episode. So, less clients while earning more. So in the fitness industry right now, there are two common business models and I don't like them at all. I'm going to dive into why I don't like them. But the main reason is that I'm a life first business coach and these business models are not in line with that particular value of mine. I don't think that these are smart in any way and I will not be recommending them to any of my clients. I'm not saying that there's a right or a wrong way to run a business. So if you're doing these right now, that's cool. But you need to know that there are much smarter and more effective ways to earn more money without just working more and more and more. So the first one is get as many one-to-one clients as possible and have no other options or ways for someone to work with you. Now, this applies to gym PTs and online coaches. I remember when I was a gym PT, I would hit time and energy capacity at 25 hours of PT. That might not sound like a lot, but I could only really have the mental and physical energy to train 3 people back to back. That's 3 hours of standing, talking, being energetic, being lively, being enthusiastic, being full energy. By hour 4, I just was starting to deplete. I have also been an online coach who just offered one-to-one coaching. And I remember at one point I was doing 50 online check-ins every week. And this was email check-ins. And I don't know about you, I will never do an email check-in ever again in my life because it kills my soul. I also didn't like that my days were pretty much identical. It would be Monday, calls and check-ins. Tuesday, calls and check-ins. Wednesday, calls and check-ins. You're getting the idea. It meant very quickly as well, just similar to the gym floor, I could only do like 5 check-ins back to back because these were email check-ins. It involved a lot of like emotional energy and thinking and using my brain. And by the time that I got to the 6th check-in, I was just like, oh, I need a break. And so it took me a long time to do all of these check-ins. I know there are coaches out there that can be like, bam, 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 get through them really quickly. But in my opinion, your one-to-one clients should be and feel like your most VIP. They should feel like they're getting all of your time and attention, even though they're not obviously getting all of your time and attention. They should feel like the most important out of all your clients. Now, if you have 50, 60, 70 one-to-one clients, how are you supposed to know those people inside out and make them all feel like VIPs? Newsflash, you're not. The second fitness business model, which is essentially just a continuation of the first one, get as many one-to-one clients as possible, then take on a coach to take on your one-to-one clients and take half their money. Thanks very much. Now, this is a really, really common one, and it seems to be almost like quite aspirational for a lot of online coaches. Like, oh, I just want to take on a coach. I just want to take on a coach. Hell the fuck no. Not gonna lie, I hate managing people. I really don't enjoy that situation. I've done it before. It's not fun. And no one is going to feel as passionately and as excited about your business as you do. Also, I have been that coach who is hired, and it doesn't feel like you're living the self-employed dream. It's good until it's not good. Let's just put it that way. The thing is, as well, if you are the coach in the situation, if you are like the boss in the situation, it's super stressful, in my opinion, if you have a conscience, because not only do you have to worry about getting enough clients to pay your own bills, your own mortgage, look after your own children, you then have to worry about someone else's mortgage, someone else's children, someone else's bills. No, thank you. I don't want to be lying awake at night worrying that I need to get more clients for someone else. No, not for me. Now, the reason that I don't like these is because they just aren't clever. They're not thinking outside the box. They're not making the best use of your time. They are simply just working more. So in order to make more money, you have to work more, right? That sounds quite simple, but I don't feel like that should and has to be the case. Because if you're just working more, then you're starting to eat into your free time. So you meet a time capacity. So then you have to like, oh, I'll do a little bit of work on a Saturday morning, or I'll do a little bit of work at 6 a.m. on a Monday, or I'll just do this on a Sunday night. No, I don't want to be in the situation where I'm having to use my own personal time to serve my clients. No thanks. I also don't want my clients to feel like, they're just number 25 of the day. Like, I want them to feel like they are getting a properly VIP service. The other problem is you're going to reach an income cap because there are only so many hours in the day. There's only so many one-to-one clients you can take on before you reach burnout. So then you're going to be like, right, well, I can't work anymore. So I am at capacity with my earnings. This, again, doesn't need to be the case. Okay, so now I'm going to dive into 3 client examples about coaches that I have worked with who have reduced the number of hours they're working, but have actually increased their earnings. Now, let's dive into person number 1. So she came to me and she was a fully booked in-person PT and she wanted to pivot to online because she had a child. Now, she was working some sort of mad schedule. I remember she described the schedule to me and I was like, babe, you're working like the most horrible split shifts. She was teaching classes or coaching clients between 6, 7, 8 a.m. maybe doing a couple before lunchtime. Then she would go home and have a sleep. And then she would be coaching clients 5, 6, 7 p.m. at night. The thing is with that is not only was she working just a really, really long day, like I have done that before when I was a PT in the gym. It is horrendous. Like, yeah, you're not working for like a period in the middle of the day, but it still doesn't feel like super restful. You are working just lots and lots of hours. But it also meant that she wasn't seeing her child at all that day because her child was in childcare during the day. She would wake up before he woke up and go to bed after he'd gone to bed. And she was just like, I don't want this anymore. She wanted to shift to online. Now, she had a few online clients, but she wanted to pivot almost completely to online coaching. So here's what we did. We had a very strategic approach to this, and it took her about a month in planning because there was lots of different elements to this rolling out. So the first thing that she wanted to do was ultimately straight away free up some hours in her week. So she had, let's say, 15 hours of in-person PT per week. She relaunched her in-person offer so that it was more like a monthly package as opposed to exchanging just time for money or like paying for sessions in a block. So how it worked was she had 10 hours that she would PT, so 10 slots. All of her clients would pay a monthly fee. Now, this monthly fee was more than what they were currently paying, but what they would get is access to more sessions. So they could book up to 2 or 3 sessions with her in that space of a week. The only caveat being that there would be other people in the session. So she pitched that to them that they would be getting more sessions. There would be a max of 3 people in the session. There'd be a really fun community competitive spirit into the sessions. It'd be more lively, be more energetic. We'd probably get more out of the sessions. And it also freed up, just like that, 5 hours of her week. Now, you are more than welcome to steal that idea. It's a great idea. And actually, she finds now that, see those hours that she is PTing in the gym, they're so much more fun because she gets to have like such a vibe with the 2 or 3 people that are in the session as opposed to the one-to-one session. There was a few of her clients who were like, no, I just want that one-to-one session. That was cool. That was fine. But she also did increase their prices as well. So she was now working 5 hours less than she was working previously, but she increased her monthly income by £800. So then the next thing we did was we also gave everyone that she was working with an option to move to online coaching. She made the most amazing presentation / sales pitch for her clients about her online coaching, and we spent some real time working together, making sure that her online service sounded super exciting. It was going to be giving a really big transformation, much bigger than her current in-person transformation. So while the in-person transformation was, you will get one-to-one sessions, you'll get fitter in the gym, we added on other elements to our online coaching. So if they wanted mobility support, if they wanted nutrition support, they could also get that with the online coaching. Now, the online coaching, we increased that price as well. And this is where a lot of PTs who are transitioning to online coaching get tripped up. They really struggle to get out of this time for money mindset. And they think, surely online coaching should be cheaper than in-person coaching. This is not correct because we are not charging for our time. We are charging for the transformation and value that we can give our clients through that offer. And in my opinion, not just my opinion, it is fact that someone is going to get a much bigger transformation. They're going to get a much more holistic service from online coaching than they are from a handful of hours seeing you in the gym every month. So that was something that we had to get our head around, and it really did help. So I would call this approach the softly approach because what she didn't want to do was go cold turkey on the in-person coaching. She wanted to like slowly transition people over to online and slowly build up her online coaching while retaining her in-person clients. Look, I get it. Some people absolutely love their in-person sessions. They really love that buzz and connection that they get from seeing people in person. That's totally cool. And that's what she wanted to keep. Now, I personally, if it were me, and this is probably more my ADHD and impulsiveness, I like the hard approach. And this is the approach that my second client took. So she was also a fully booked in-person PT. She was coaching probably about 25 in-person sessions and about 5 classes on top of that. I remember her telling me that she did 30 hours a week, and I was like, girl, what? I think she only had 1 day off per week as well. Bear in mind, she also had a toddler. I was like, wow. See, sometimes with my clients, if I'm ever having a moment where like, oh, I don't have time, I think about my clients and I'm like, yeah, you absolutely have time, Shona. So she had a more hard approach. She was like, I want to go online. I don't want to mess about trying to like persuade people to move online or to like, reduce my in-person sessions and slowly increase my online sessions or my online clients. She sent out an email presentation to her in-person clients saying, look, here are the options moving forward. You can move with me online, or if you don't want to move with me online, it's been really nice. Thank you so much. Now, she kept a small handful of clients. And I think that was because, and I definitely feel this too, see when you start to move towards a different version of yourself. Now, I'm going to sound a bit hippy dippy here, right? But it's almost like people sense that you outgrow them. People sense that you're moving on to something bigger and better. Whether you actually mean it or not, that can be the effect, is that the old clients drop off. But the good thing is that gives you loads of space for the new clients. And what I loved about working with this girl in particular is that she was ready to work hard. She put a lot of effort into crafting some really exciting online offers. And within just a couple of months, she had one-to-one online clients and a fully booked group online program. So this girl went from, in the space of 3 months, fully booked in person with no online clients, to no in-person clients, working literally half the hours that she did before and earning the same amount of money. I'm pretty sure now she is earning more money than she was before because she's got so much more time to work with online clients. Okay, let's move on to the third example. This client of mine is a really successful online coach. And when I say successful, she was fully booked. So you're like, why did she come to you? Because she had realized that she had fallen for one of the business models that I mentioned earlier in this podcast. She only had one-to-one clients. I think she had about 40, 45 one-to-one clients. And the thing is, she was at capacity. There was no way that she could expand. There was no way that she could increase her income because she didn't have any more time. She just literally was already at the brink of exhaustion and burnt out. And she had seen me talking on my social media about how to expand your product suite. So I also noticed that she was undercharging for those one-to-one clients. She will agree herself. These were prices that she had been told to charge from our previous business coach. And the problem with this is she was working really hard, but just not earning enough to match the amount of work that she was putting in. So here's what we did. We put a halt on taking on one-to-one clients. And at the same time, we relaunched a really exciting group program. Now, what she was charging for one-to-one, I would say were quite mid-ticket offers. They were definitely not one-to-one prices. So we relaunched this really exciting group program. In the meantime, we were talking to her one-to-one clients about potentially moving over to that group program, and it was going to be working out at the same price, but less work for her. While they were moving over, there was also a lot of excitement going on. So she's talking about it on social media. She's really hyping it up. It's going to be super transformative. There's going to be such a great community vibe. So those people that were working with her currently were absolutely, loving this excitement. So it was quite easy for her to convince those people that this was the best option for them. So then she was able to fill out this group coaching program. And when I say fill out, she got 32 signups, making $7,500 for her business. So now that she's relaunched her group program, and that is full up, and she is enjoying coaching those people in a much more group coaching format that doesn't involve as much one-to-one, she's able to now relaunch her one-to-one at a one-to-one VIP price point. So now you can see already that she is working less and earning more. The next thing she's going to do is look at launching a membership, which is perfect because she's got a lot of followers. She's got lots of people that are really keen to work with her, but maybe not able to invest one-to-one prices. So that membership is going to be an absolute no-brainer next step. So basically what I'm saying here is there are lots of different ways to earn more money beyond just working more hours, taking on more clients, and burning yourself out. So we're going to take a quick break because if you're listening, I'm guessing that you're wanting to make some big changes in your business. Maybe you're hitting that income ceiling, you're working mornings, evenings, and weekends and spending far too much of your free time stressing about your business. I get it. I've been right there with you, exhausted by my business and thinking that the only way to earn more is to work more, which is your idea of hell right now, considering how close you already are to burnout. This is exactly why I created the Liberation Lounge. It's a membership community for business owners like you who want to build a successful and profitable business on your terms. Inside the lounge, we're all about ditching the hustle mentality and creating real freedom. The freedom to work the hours that you choose. The liberation that comes with complete financial security, the knowledge of how to keep increasing it, and most of all, the confidence to push past your current limits and into new territories of income and impact. You'll learn how to take your business beyond the one way that people can work with you right now and start building the foundations that allow you to make money while you're walking the dog, on date night with your partner, or cuddled up on the sofa watching Disney movies with your toddler. And I'll be there to guide you all the way, just like so many clients that I've worked with to help them double and even triple their income while working less. Inside the lounge, you'll get live check-in sessions with me, monthly masterclasses on sales, mindset, and marketing strategies, social media prompts and scripts to turn your socials into a selling machine, instant access to the Freedom Formula course full of video trainings to help you get your first 5 to 10 online clients, plus access to an incredible, cozy and close-knit community of business owners who are on the exact same journey as you. Sounds delightful, don't you think? And because you're one of my special She Is the Moment podcast listeners, I have an exclusive discount just for you. If you use the code She Is the Moment at checkout, you'll get your first month half price. Now, this is only for my amazing podcast listeners as a thank you for your support and loyalty, and I'm not going to be sharing this discount code anywhere else. So if you're ready to break free from the grind and build a business that supports your dream lifestyle, click the link in the show notes and I'll see you inside the Liberation Lounge. I can't wait to see you there. So I'm going to ask you a few questions here that will allow you to recognize what is going to be your answer for working less and earning more. Is there only one way for people to work with you right now? Because if there is, and it's one-to-one coaching, then you are missing out on a lot of income. because not everyone needs one-to-one coaching. Maybe some people are quite advanced. Maybe some people have just one little problem that needs fixed. Maybe they don't need the hand holding and full on accountability and support that one-to-one provides. Have a think about the people that you love to help and have a think about what they actually need help with and how they need that help. How can you think outside the box? The next thing I want you to think about is, are you charging your worth? Now, I know that's a bit of a dodgy phrase because you are priceless, babes, and it's not about charging your worth. But have a look at what you're charging right now for your services and do a little bit of market research. What are people in your industry, in your niche, charging for what you do? Now, I'm going to bet that there are people out there charging considerably more for what you do, and they are doing exactly the same thing as you. They're delivering the exact same service. This is really important to recognize because it can just be the easiest way to earn more without working more. And this is a whole module within the Liberation Lounge because pricing is it's an art. It's a real process to get your head around, is actually charging appropriately for each service and making sure that your prices for your different services make sense with each other. Okay, let's move on because I'm getting hungry and I bet you are too. So let's move on to the membership question of the week. Here goes. Hello everyone, I'm starting to set everything up and realize that once someone starts with me, I don't actually know what others do in terms of process for my client. So they fill out in the inquiry form, it comes in, what happens next for you all? I know everyone will be slightly different, but I thought it'd be good if you could set out the process and maybe what mediums you use after that for say check-ins, etc., just to give me an idea. Okay, so thanks to this question, I created a whole new module inside the Liberation Lounge about how to actually coach your online clients because that is such a big topic that I discuss literally every single week inside the Liberation Lounge, especially because inside there's a lot of personal trainers who have never coached an online client before, and maybe they are a bit nervous about it because they don't know if they're going to be any good at it because they've got tons of experience working on the gym floor and helping people in person and correcting their technique. And now they're like, how am I supposed to deliver that same service online? So, as someone who has been an online coach for a very long time, since 2020, that doesn't even sound that long, but actually now that's 4 years, isn't it? Yes, I've been an online coach for 4 years. And one thing I want you to know is that the way that I coach people now is completely different from the way that I coached people back in the day. And that's because of a process called learning. You are not going to be the best online coach in the world from client one, and your client is going to fully appreciate that. Every single time you take on a client, you will learn something about the process that isn't working or really does work, and then you'll take that into the next client. And that's the beauty of experience. There is no right or wrong way to coach people. And I want you to know that people are not paying for the app that you use. They're not paying for the check-in form. They're not paying for the super smooth automations and onboarding process. They're paying for you and how you will make them feel and the transformation that you will take them through. Now, you can achieve that transformation in any number of different ways. I'll tell you a little secret right now. I do not have any automations in my business. What do I mean by an automation? Nothing happens automatically in my business yet, right? And I'm doing really fucking well right now, doing everything manually myself. Wow, you might be, what? You probably thought the whole back end of my business was automated. It's not, because it's not dependent right now on my clients getting an incredible service. And actually, it doesn't really take me a lot of time in order to get things set up. So it's not been a priority for me. Other things have been a priority. And maybe a little bit later down the line, I will get automation set up, but I don't currently. So I have added a whole module inside the Liberation Lounge on the client journey. I've given welcome pack templates. I have check-in templates. Everything is in there. So you can steal how I used to do it, because I don't coach any online fitness clients anymore. So steal it all. Well, obviously you can't steal it all because you'll be inside the Liberation Lounge. One thing that we talked about today in the Liberation Lounge check-in call was this concept of buyer's remorse. And I know that a lot of coaches and personal trainers are really concerned about this, like this idea that someone signs up with you and then they don't get like this perfectly smooth, like fast, instantaneous service or delivery of like, a million different resources. So they start to regret signing up for you and regret the money that they've spent. I personally don't believe this is ever going to be an issue for anyone who is listening to this podcast, because the only people that get buyer's remorse are the people who have felt cajoled, persuaded, almost tricked into signing up. Now, there are lots of coaches out there using like weird and wonderful, icky techniques to get you clients. But I'm going to guarantee if you're a client of mine or if you are listening to this podcast, you are not doing that. And that people are signing up because they are absolutely convinced that you are going to be the perfect person to help them fix their problems. They're absolutely convinced that you are going to solve all those problems. They really trust you. They love you. They love everything about you. And so the fact that like they don't instantly get an email the moment that their Stripe payment gets through, or they don't instantly get access to like 5,000 resources, that's not going to make them think, oh, I need a refund right now. And remember, people are not expecting instant results. They are expecting to work hard, to like talk through their problems with you, to like you help them come to solutions. And that takes time, presumably more than a few days. So I really want you, if this is something that is stopping you from launching your online business, because I know that it really is, it's stopping a lot of people actually moving to online because they're not sure that they can actually do it. Join the Liberation Lounge and it's going to be all spelled out for you. We have a full module on the client journey and how to actually coach your clients. So I really hope that you've enjoyed today's episode. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to email the podcast, sheisthemoment@gmail.com, or you can contact me on Instagram @unapologeticallyshona. Have a wonderful, gorgeous, sexy week, and I'll see you next time.